swear by the sun god Utah on this very day, and my younger brothers shall be witness of it, in foreign lands where the sons of Sumer are not known, where people do not have the use of paved roads, where they have no access to the written word, that I, the firstborn son, am a fashioner of words, a composer of songs, a composer of words, and that they will recite my songs as heavenly writings, and that they will bow down before my words. These dramatic statements by Shulgi, the second king of Ur, echo from the Sumerian Renaissance period. The Renaissance period in Sumer was, however, short-lived. Kingdoms of Sumeria is the story of these mysterious people and their successors. It is the story of what they achieved, what they preserved, and how each one fell from grace. Before we go there, we must address how the Sumerians actually came into being. Sumerian history is purported to begin around the 5th millennium BC, when a people known as the Ubaid culture established settlements in the region that became known later as Sumer. These settlements gradually developed into cities, becoming the principal Sumerian cities of Adab, Eridu, Isin, Kish, Kolab, Lagash, Lhasa, Nippur, and Ur. At some point, the Ubaid peoples, precursors to the group we call the Sumerians, intermingled. They are both mysterious in their own right. efficiently morphed into one denomination in the 3000 BC era. The Ubaid group are renowned for their serpent-like deities. The site where the unusual artifacts were discovered is called Tel al-Ubaid, although figurines have also been found in Ur and Eridu. The al-Ubaid site has very little left, just a small amount, about half a kilometre in diameter and 2 metres above the ground. It was Harry Reginald Howell who, in 1919, unearthed male and female figurines. They were found in different postures, and most of the figurines appear to be wearing a helmet and have padding of some kind on the shoulders. Other figurines were found to hold a staff or scepter, possibly as a symbol of justice and ruling. Each figurine has a different pose, but the strangest of all are the female figurines nurturing babies suckling milk. The child is also represented as a serpent-type creature. The figurines are always presented with long heads, almond-shaped eyes, long tapered faces, and a snake-like nose. What exactly they represent is completely unknown. According to archaeologists, their postures, such as a female figure breastfeeding, do not suggest that they were ritualistic objects. So, what did these snake-like figures represent then? Whatever they were, they appear to have been important to the ancient Ubaid people. We know that the serpent was a major symbol used in many successive cultures to represent a number of gods. The Sumerian god Enki is a prime example, the snake being of huge significance in late adaptations to Sumerian and biblical accounts. Which brings us to the Sumerians. In 3250 BC, another mysterious group came to the cities. They began to intermarry with the native Ubaid people. These people became known as the Sumerians.
They came from northern Irada.
Interestingly, no one can be sure where the Sumerian homeland is. When we speak in later periods of Sumerian culture, in the era of 3000 BC onwards, we are technically speaking of the fusion of the Ubaid and Sumerian groups. There are claims that they are Semites who moved in from the west, and there are beliefs that they have migrated from northeastern Mesopotamia.
Irada.
The Semite perspective likely stems from the later influx of Amorites. The Amorites were likely the biblical giants of Canaan, which we'll discuss later. There is notably a concerted effort to claim the heritage of the Sumerians. When we look to the northeast, the region of Turkmenistan and Central Asia, particularly the Hindu Kush and Kopet Mountains, seem incredibly interesting to say the least. We know the Sumerians had a complete obsession with lapis lazuli. The Epic of Gilgamesh even tells us that the mythological beliefs revolve around the mineral lapis. They believed their gods in lapis lazuli palaces, the sun moon and Venus would rise from the lapis palaces to travel the sky and return to the palaces at night.
That's the end of part 1. Sub me, like it, and we've got part 2 through 4 coming up. Enjoy.